Thelma B. dragged still sleepy fingers through her bangs as she marched into the backyard. October was serving up another perfect day. Chilly air, crispy leaves, and early sun. She knelt down to pat the New England soil with a careful hand, trying not to disturb the small green plant cutting, then grabbed the notebook from her back pocket and scribbled,
Day 4, control specimen, no sign of growth.
Stretching her arms up to the sky, Thelma breathed in deep and exhaled with a little shoulder shake. She crossed her backyard to the second vanilla orchid. This was the experimental one. As she approached, she opened her duffel bag, took out a small sombrero and placed it on her head, and then pulled out her breakfast burrito.
Buenos dias, Poco Orquídea Vanilla,
she said with aplomb. The scientific method dictates that one must start with a question.
Question. Can cultural or outside forces have an effect on how a living thing grows? Hypothesis. A flower that is native to Mexico can grow right here in Riverfish, Massachusetts, if you surround it with elements from its natural habitat.
Thelma had wheedled Mr. Chen into giving her 2 small vine cuttings from his greenhouse, even though she suspected he didn't have much faith in the efficacy of her experiment. Steadfast for days, Thelma had eaten only Mexican food, spoken only Spanish, and even played mariachi music around the plant. As she chewed a mouthful of delicious salchicha, Thelma noted that despite her efforts, there wasn't much growth to report. She wiped off the grease around her mouth with her sweater sleeve and grabbed her pen. Under Day 4, she added,
Experimental specimen, no sign of growth, but expectations remain high.
She underlined that last bit twice. Experimentation, exploration, it was in Thelma's blood. At that very moment, in fact, her mom was backpacking the Smoky Mountains, investigating reports of a humongous elk-like animal she'd affectionately nicknamed Megadeer. Thelma often dreamed of the day when she would adventure through the world like her mom, Mary B. Uncovering nature's mysteries and making important discoveries in the wild. What could be better? Also, possibly winning a Nobel Prize, getting rich, and making certain fellow 6th graders, Jenny Sullivan, super jealous. Wiping her dirty hands on her jeans, Thelma straightened up and surveyed the yard. It seemed like only yesterday that she and her dad were spending warm evenings around the fire pit, setting up tents and spying muskrats in the bushes. Now, instead of green, it was all wild yellows and reds. Some trees had already lost their leaves. Thelma's yard abutted the Beaver Bottom River, and the chilly water made a low rushing sound as it flowed past. Thelma watched the water and touched the small opal that hung around her neck on a delicate silver string, a birthday gift from Mom. She'd told Thelma that the opal was sometimes called a rainbow stone or a lightning stone because of the way it could look plain one minute and flash incredible colors the next. Thelma didn't like jewelry usually. It had the annoying habit of getting caught up on things, and it made trying on scuba gear a huge pain. But this necklace was special because it reminded her of Mom, so Thelma pretty much never took it off. The quiet morning, cool soil, slow river, and crisp air gave Thelma an infinity feeling, like everything was connected to everything else, like anything was possible. But then, in a disappointing turn of events, her big blue wristwatch beeped 3 times. If she didn't start walking to school soon, she'd miss the bell.